Hi guys, I would like to do a video today concerning emotional eating and drinking. I decided to do this because a user named John actually said that I should do a segment about this, and it's something I've been wanting to do for quite a while because a lot of my life I have struggled with emotional eating, which includes binging, and emotional drinking as I call it, where this ties in a bit more to the whole social anxiety situations and where you want to use alcohol as a kind of social lubricant, but a little bit more to an extreme. So I'm going to start off by saying that it's a very, very bad thing if you are struggling with both social anxiety and depression to turn to alcohol, because you might initially start drinking because you're feeling a little socially awkward, you're out of place, you don't know what to say, you think that what you say might not be important or people will talk over you. I mean, thoughts. I'm sure a lot of you in the community have experienced that at some point or another. But the problem is, if you also suffer from depression, you're drinking, you might be feeling a little bit more loosened up, a little better, but alcohol is a depressant. And so before long, you've just hit rock bottom. And the difference for me is when I am at that point, I can't pull myself back up. I can't use my coping techniques to bring myself back to a happier place. I just lose it, essentially. I get stuck in my negativity, and that is the worst feeling in the world. So for myself personally, I've decided to adopt a 2-drink rule. So when I go out, I can have 2 glasses of wine, 2 beers. I'm a bit of a lightweight, so it doesn't take me much to feel it. So with 2 drinks, I'll feel a bit tipsy, a bit buzzed, a little loosened up, but I won't have passed that threshold where I just lose all control of myself. I only learned that really in the last year that that's pretty much, what happens to me when I drink too much, and it's not a good thing, and I don't want to be that kind of person who just, if I pass that threshold, I get frustrated or I get really, really sad and very introverted. It actually goes the opposite way. I might have started off being more social, it might have helped me a little bit, but then I go right back into myself. And once that happens, there's no getting out of that until I've sobered up. So I've learned my lesson. I do not want to be that way, so I really stick to that 2-drink rule. And also, alcohol is a poison. It's not that good for you. I really believe that, let food be thy medicine, and alcohol just, they say it might have some benefits like red wine and dark beers can have some antioxidants and all this, but honestly, you can get antioxidants from a lot of more nutritious sources. So yes, I actually used to drink a lot more in the past to cope with my depression that I didn't even know I had. That was when I was in denial. I was going to school, I was trying to just pass my classes, I didn't want to drop out, I never even thought about it. And so I would go to bars, I would drink, I would just forget about things, and honestly, it was no way to live. I wasn't happy, I was just getting by and surviving. And so when I started actually feeling happier is when I realized, okay, I have a problem. This self-medicating with alcohol is not doing anything positive for me. So I stopped that, and I've been really trying my best to respect my 2-drink limit, and it makes me feel so much healthier. And at that point, I had dropped out of school, and I had sought the help of a psychologist, then later returning to school when I was feeling better, like I'd mentioned in some previous video. And so that is basically the drinking side of it for me. So the main message I want to get across to you guys is, if you have, let's say, solely social anxiety, then if you want to drink a little bit, if it helps you loosen up, I think that's okay, but just don't take it overboard, and try your very best to learn other techniques to get yourself to socialize. And actually, my mom had taught me a really good technique, which was to take the focus off yourself. Stop worrying about what you're going to say, what you're going to do, and look at the other person and listen to what they're saying and learn about their lives. Because when you take the spotlight off of yourself, I find it takes away so much of the stress that you are feeling. So that's a great coping technique, and it's been working for me so far. And my other word of advice is, if you are depressed, just don't drink. It's not going to help you. Now and then, have it to enjoy the taste of alcohol, but never with the impression of getting drunk, because you are always going to end up in a worse headspace than when you started. It doesn't solve any problems. Trust me. So that is what I'm going to say on that. And now I'm going to move over to the emotional eating side. I very much have that as a part of me, and mainly it will be when I'm sad that I reach for food. However, when it comes to depression, sometimes my appetite will be increased and other times it will be completely decreased. So I think that's why even when I was in like really rough, times, I never, gained insane amounts of weight. I'm 5'4". The maximum weight I've been at is 125, and the lowest weight I've been at is 105. I think now I'm somewhere between 115 and 120, which is very healthy for me, and I don't fluctuate as much as I used to. So I've never had a weight issue. I've had body image issues, but get to another video on that at some point. If you guys want to hear about that, give me a thumbs up and I will for sure open up about that one as well. But in terms of the eating, when I was sad, more often than not, I would reach for something junky. Of course, something that will release serotonin immediately, give me a sugar rush, something that will make me feel really, really good. But what you have to remember is after that, you are inevitably going to get a crash. So you're not going to be up there on cloud 9 feeling great. You're putting garbage into your body. Again, let food be thy medicine. If you're feeding yourself poison, what are you going to feel like? You are what you eat. You're not going to be feeling good afterwards, trust me. And so that is one of the main reasons I've decided to pursue a career in nutrition, because it interests me so much how food can cure you of illness and it can make you feel better. And when I say illness, I mean physical and mental, because I changed my eating habits and I got rid of hypoglycemia, which was really bad blood sugar fluctuations and huge crashes. That is gone now, so I'm so happy about that. And when I'm eating better, my mood is a lot more stable, a lot happier. You really want to aim to have a really stable, happy mood. And so also one day I would really like to do a video on which foods I've chosen to eat that actually help me with my mood and really make me feel good. I would really like to share that with you guys at some point, but I don't want to make this one video exponentially large. So really it would be during times of sadness that I would reach to foods, and some nights I would just say, you know what, and I would binge. And honestly, that is such a self-reflection, because it's showing you that if you're not nourishing yourself, the way you feed yourself is how you're taking care of yourself. And if you're not doing that, then that obviously means that you're not caring about yourself in that moment. And that's a very, very dangerous thing, because how can you ever care for anyone else if you're treating yourself like that? So I realized that I am worth so much more than that. So for me, the best thing to do is to fuel myself with really, really good foods, and to buy any healthy food that I am in the mood for. So I showed you guys some healthy snacks I liked in a previous video, and I just take whatever I would like that's healthy and enjoy it. And I will not deprive myself of junk food, because sometimes if I go too long without it, I will be more prone to a binge. So I will allow myself one night a week where I have a snack night and I enjoy it a little bit in moderation, and then I go on with my week and try and eat as clean as possible. So that's what's been working extremely well for me personally. And I know it's quite a bit of a struggle. If anyone else has issues with emotional eating or drinking, please comment or subscribe to my channel, because I would really like to hear your personal stories as well, because somehow I feel like mental illness and eating disorders, I guess they're one and the same, but they're very, easily connected to each other. So these were my experiences, and as I said, just realizing that I was worth it helped me so much break out of these negative cycles. And I hope that you guys can look at yourselves and realize that you're also worth it, and you just feel better, you look better, your skin becomes clearer, your smile becomes brighter, you don't have any acne, you don't have a weight problem, you feel better about yourself. And the more you eat badly, the worse you're going to feel about yourself. So do yourself a favor and think about your diet, reflect on what you've been eating, and see if maybe you can make one healthy change today. Alright, thank you so much for listening, guys. Goodbye.